Alright, so kind of a mid-season update here on packs. I wanted to kind of give an update on how things are going with packs. One of these I've had to fire. It's gone. I'm not using it anymore. I'm going to be selling it or giving it to a buddy that might be getting started out in saddle hunting. And I kind of wanted to go through pros and cons of each of these and how I'm using them, and so you could kind of have some information as well. Because I read all the reviews and watched all the videos, and there were things that I didn't realize I was getting when I got into them. So we'll start with the Trophyline. It's huge. You don't realize just how big it is, which you think that's a good thing, and it is, but it's really too big, and it has a ton of storage. You've got lots of storage here. I've been using this pack for a month and a half, 2 months maybe. You've got a great spot here for your platform. So I'm using the Predator XL. You can see it's a big platform. It fits in there nicely. And then my sticks, and these are tethered 1 sticks. They strap here, and then there's 2 straps that come all the way around the entire pack. Clip on here, and then cinch them down. And there would be 2 of them. So when you're walking around, it's kind of like that. Unclip that for a second, and then you've got a little place here. I use like headlamps and stuff there. And this top one is where I put my releases. And then you've got the main chamber here. Has lots of storage and pouches, and of course the bladder, which they're all doing now. Which I don't know any whitetail hunters that use it. It's got vertical spots on the side, which is great for your camera arm. And I've got water spots here on both sides as well. Lots of room, tons of room. Negatives to this pack. The biggest negative is there's no support. So when you load it down with the platform and the sticks hanging off the back of the platform, it really pulls you backwards. Even when you've got the chest strap, you've got the waist strap, you've got all that stuff, you've got it around your waist, you've got it buckled here, you've got it cinched up tight here. When you get all this pulling backwards, it really pulls on you, and you really feel it. There's no support in here at all. It is just fabric, and there's nothing at all of any kind of support or structure. Even if it was like a hard plastic, it's just flop. That's kind of the negative, one big negative. The other negative that I've really gotten to notice is for when I get to the tree and I get ready to start climbing, I've got to take this backpack off, undo this buckle here, get my sticks off, undo these buckles, get the platform off, clip that on my saddle, and then start climbing the tree. So that's a lot of steps that kind of are unnecessary. Another thing about this one is there are no front pouches of any kind included. Now I added a Latitude and a Trophyline pouch on these front molly loops so that I could put cameras in here or pull-up ropes and stuff in here, which was nice. That was a big help to do that, but kind of ought to come with it. So this one comes in about $150. Some things that obviously can get improved upon. Sliding on down. So this is the Cruzr Day Pack, I think is what it's called. It's the only backpack Cruzr makes. Couple things about it. You've got this little storage up front here. This actually detaches from the bag. It unzips. If you unclip, there's a zipper here. You can unzip this and then have this separate from the backpack. I don't know that that's a big deal. They talked that up like it was a big deal. I've never done that. I don't know why you would. I mean, this is all just hanging from the tree while you're saddle hunting. But it is nice to have one little pouch here that has kind of all the important necessities. Rangefinder, grunt tube, rattlesticks, pen, paper. There's a bunch of little pouches inside here. Any kind of a knife, my phone mount for when I'm watching football on Saturdays. Check that out on the eBay store. That is nice, and they did put molly loops on the outside of this, and there's molly loops on the inside of this. Don't really know why you need a molly loop on the inside, but it's there. Another little pouch here. Don't have anything in there, so I'm not even using that. This is where your platform goes, which works great. It actually has a single strap that comes across this. So if you don't want to have that little accessory pouch on the end, you can unzip that and literally just go like this into the woods. But I think most of the time, most people want this little extra support down here. So once you have that, and you clip this up through here, you clip this up through here, it keeps it all bundled up nice and neat. So now everything's kind of nice and neat in one package. This is a lot smaller than the Trophyline. Unclip that and it removes. You've got molly loops on the inside. You got another little pouch right here. This is a good pouch for releases and headlamps. It's a pretty big pouch. Then you've got the main backpack here. You've got some zippered mesh pouches. I wish they'd put some pouches on the inside too, some just more little places. You really only got 2 pouches, and then this bladder. That's pretty much it in the inside. So I think if there's any improvements, this interior area here could be a little more organized. The biggest thing, one of the biggest things about this one that is a huge game changer is it actually has support. You have a metal back. You could shape that to be more like your back if you need to, but when you know, it doesn't bend over like that Trophyline just flops over. So when you have it loaded down walking through the woods, it doesn't pull you back as much. It stays supported and upright. The fabric is thicker. Seems like it's a little better fabric. I wouldn't say it's leather or anything like that, but it is a little better. Camera arm I keep over here, and there's actually cinches on that, so I can cinch that down so I don't have to worry about my camera arm coming out. One on the other side as well. They're pretty cheap, basic, like drink holders, cup holders. They're not the kind that are going to expand very well. Trophyline's the same way. You do have the ability on the front. It comes with zippered pouches that are going to be on that kidney belt, which is cool to have. You know, wind detectors, pull-up ropes, and things like that inside these. They're on both sides. So when you look at price difference, you know that one's a little cheaper, but you're having to buy pouches to put on that kidney belt anyway. So not much difference when you do that. The biggest thing about this that I love, and the reason that I am using it now, as opposed to the Trophyline, is when you are walking through the woods, you've got your platform here on this. You have the ability here at the bottom to strap on your sticks. So now, sticks are here. Sticks are here, platform's up here, and you're walking through the woods. I don't have to take this off when I get to my tree. When I get to the tree that I'm going to climb, I reach back behind me underneath, unclip these 2 buckles, and now I've got my sticks ready to put on a tree. I don't have to take my backpack off and add any scent to the ground or anything like that, or deal with the slinging it on and off like when you get a big backpack. I just unclip behind me. I've got my sticks off. I'm putting them on the tree, getting my line belt around. I'm going up the tree. When I get to the top of my stick, I will sling my bag around, and then I'm just unclipping these 2, and then I'm unclipping this, and I'm ready to take my platform off and put it on the tree. So really a cool pack. I'm really liking it so far. I took it out all weekend last weekend, and I think it is a big improvement over the Trophyline. The Trophyline has got to go. It's hitting the road. Too much floppy backpack and having to take it off to get my sticks off the back. One thing it does have that this one doesn't have is this one doesn't have a way to carry your bow. That one has a little bow thing that'll come out. Now, it does not do a good job of carrying the bow. The bow will always come out of the little pouch thing and it slides around one side or the other, but you can carry a bow in that other one. Whereas the Cruzr you cannot. But the Cruzr is a smaller pack, more compact, has a lot of ingenuity, I guess, or innovation that the other one maybe doesn't have, with these molly loops over here. It is mesh or hard on the bottom. You have support on the bottom and support in the back. It's got straps everywhere. It's got the kidney belts built in. A lot of cool features on the Cruzr that the Trophyline does not have, and they're relatively close to the same price. This is a non-camo one. You could get camo versions. I don't care. I'm up in a tree, so I don't care if it's camo. And last but not least, this is the Scentlok BE1 grinder. This is last year's version, not the new version, and we'll compare a little bit of the two. I still use this pack. I like this pack a lot. So, main things about this one I did a video on this one, so I've shown a lot of this. Ton of storage, ton of innovation in like how you have these pouches and you're not wasting space. You've got a lot of room down in here. It's not as big as the Trophyline, but it's not as floppy because it's not as big, if that makes sense. You've got storage down at the bottom here where you can have gloves and hats and toboggans and things like that, and they're not just down in the bottom of your bag and you have to dig for them. You can just unzip this bottom. You've got a pouch here for a jacket. If you want to put your jacket or something over here, you flip this over it. So late season you've got a jacket or a hoodie or something you might want to throw on later. You got another little pouch here on the end. This is where I always kept grunt tubes and things like that. Got another little pouch inside of a pouch, you know, a pouch inside of a pouch. Very creative. Lots of good uses of the space. No wasted space. Their drink holders are bigger, and it's this, I think they call it a cannonball pouch or something, because of how big it can expand. So it's not just a drink in here. It could be other stuff, and how big this gets and how that mesh expands. It's deeper. I wish more people used those. Those are great. You got one on that side, and on this side you've got like single slots for like limb cutters or grunt tubes and things like that. Even the ability to cinch that down. Very cool, very well thought of. My favorite part of this is when you get in the tree, you have the ability to unzip this side here and leave it open, and you have access to your storage pouches here. You can reach into your bag and get something out. You're not having to unzip and then look down in or reach down in, feeling around. You've got this right here. I can see right inside the side of my pouch as it's on the tree and get in and get what I need to get. So that's very innovative. No one else is doing that. I think that's awesome. Now, the negatives. For this model, it is hard to carry everything because you've got some molly loops here. What I did last year is I had a gear tie here. I put this here. I ran the gear tie around so my sticks were like on my side, like that. And then I clipped on the Predator pack on the Predator XL right here. So the Predator pack kind of would flop around here and my sticks were right here. Now they've improved upon that, and this year in the new model they have straps that come around. You have two straps that can click, so you can have your platform here and have two straps going around connecting that. Very cool, very creative idea. I think this is $250 for the new model. I don't know what the older models run. I think this was only $200 when I got it last year, but the new model, having those buckles that go around and the ability to put your platform there would definitely help. I still use this one. When I switch to kind of late season hunting out of more ground blinds or tree stands, I will use this every day. I still would use it some on the saddle. It's just going to be a little more cumbersome having this here and your platform here. Again, once I get there, I've got to take this backpack off to remove my sticks, to get my platform off and put it on and stuff like that. A little more work. It would be hard to put a mechanism here for your sticks to be. I actually sewed on a little bit so I could try to do it myself, and then saw the Cruzr was out and I was like, I'm just going to buy that instead of trying to sew. So anyway, all that to say, these two I'm still using. I still love them. Neither one of them are perfect, but I still use them and love them. The Trophyline got a lot of storage, and when you look at it at first, you go, this is a great backpack. I could use it for a lot of things, all the storage into the room. It needs a support back piece, and it needs straps underneath to put your sticks. If you had support for the back, and it was a little more rigid, and you had ability underneath for your sticks instead of being strapped on the very back of everything else, it'd be a great backpack. But unfortunately, it doesn't have either of those things. So the Trophyline's got to go. These two are now my go-to bags. Both of them are really cool bags. Let me know what you think, which ones you're running, which backpacks you like, if you've had success with other ones, or if you thought the same thing about the Cruzr or the Trophyline or the Scentlok, the B1 grinder. Let me know. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching.